What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day over here at Tides and Currents at NOAA.com. This is in regard to coastal inundation. Water rising along the east coast of the United States today, right now as I do this video. This is on the heels of the strange anomaly that showed up in the Atlantic Ocean, traveling north for a period of 36 hours, implying that there were waves out here above 80 feet consistently, once again for about a day and a half. Don't know the full details behind what actually occurred here. I took a look at it, and what made the most sense to me, other than obviously some sort of a digital glitch, would have been an underwater craft of some sort, obviously quite large, but not necessarily this large right here. Could have been something underwater creating a disturbance that the instrumentation was interpreting large waves, but if in fact there were something out there that did generate a lot of waves, it is kind of coincidental that today, up here in the northern Atlantic Ocean along the eastern seaboard of the United States, you can see there's flooding being forecasted extending from North Carolina all the way up into lower Massachusetts and even a little bit farther north. The green areas are flood advisories. The red areas are the areas where water is supposed to rise today. In fact, if we click on one of these, we can see just how much. Moderate flooding almost at the major stage. The purple line is major flooding in Bishop's Head, Maryland. Again, this is today, right now as I do this video. If we look at the weather conditions over here along the east coast of the U.S., you can see an enormous low pressure system that I call the giant scorpion in the sky. See what looks like a scorpion's tail and the counterclockwise rotation, and that's generating a huge wind field. And the areas under the watches and warnings that are seeing the flooding issues are dealing with high winds. However, the winds are from the west to the east. They're blowing offshore, and that counterclockwise rotation is bringing the strongest winds into the New England area, not necessarily down here in the Carolinas and the Potomac and the Virginia Beach area where they're experiencing flooding. So not exactly sure what's causing the flooding issues along the east coast of the United States, but once again, this is an updated map from NOAA, and these are not digital anomalies like we could have seen yesterday over at ventusky.com. But I would like to point out before we continue, I'm a big fan of Ventusky. I've used Ventusky for many, many years. I've never seen an anomaly quite like this on Ventusky. Ventusky is not known for its errors, it's known for its accuracy. So if this were indeed a glitch, you know what happens. We are living in the digital age, and there's going to be digital glitches from time to time. And that's what they're saying in an article over here at newsweek.com. Mystery as underwater anomaly larger than the state of Texas spotted off the African coast. And they go on to talk about the anomaly that showed up over here at Ventusky, and some describing it as a possible USO, and that would be me, measuring over 2,000 miles long. That would be me. I measured it off the coast of Africa over at zoom.earth, and they did mention me in this article over here at newsweek.com as the person from YouTube that analyzed it as a possible USO. And yes, I did identify this as a possible unidentified submersible object, an undersea object, because nothing else made sense to me other than the obvious potential glitch. And right now, that is the official story going around, that this was a digital glitch in the software over here at Ventusky. There's some speculation going around that there could have been an asteroid impact into the ocean that created these huge wave anomalies that showed up over here. But the only problem with that, this is too systematic. This moved from the north to the south for a very specific time, 36 hours straight. If there were some sort of an asteroid impact in one of the oceans on Earth, there would be a very large wave at the epicenter of the impact that would probably be several hundred feet high, and then there would be a circular radiance of waves going out in all directions. Not something like this that's moving in a specific direction and it's maintaining a specific shape the entire time. So I can't really get on board with the asteroid impact. A digital glitch, of course, that could always happen, but could it have been a large USO? The ocean is full of undiscovered mysteries just waiting on mankind to find them. Speaking of mysteries, we are going over to Italy, actually down here in the Mount Etna area. And I want to show you guys something that's been happening now for the last few days, just prior to the eclipse, during the eclipse, and after the eclipse. They're called volcanic vortex rings. Article over here at spaceweather.com. And I also received video footage from my friend Ali out of Scotland, who also filmed these very mysterious rings that keep occurring over and over and over again from Mount Etna. And I pulled Mount Etna up over here once again at zoom.earth. But I want to read you the article real quick. Article goes on to say Mount Etna in Italy is doing something rare and beautiful. It's blowing smoke rings, reported Marcella Pace, who photographed the phenomenon on April 6th. A continuous jet of rings is dancing around the crater until they dissolve into the sky, a phenomenon of extreme rarity, she says. Mount Etna has produced vortices before, but nothing like this. This is completely off the charts. And you can see here in this one photo alone, there are 6 rings moving through the sky. And check this out. I came over to zoom.earth, went to April 7th, 2024. Mount Etna is right here. Okay, I'm going to step this forward 15 minutes at a time. You're going to see something black come out of the crater right there and move in this direction. Check it out. See it? Now it turns white, travels out to the ocean. Now it's right there, and it traveled for, now let's say a solid 3 hours. Moved from the crater of Mount Etna 3 hours later out here above the water. Some sort of a smoke ring or a puff of smoke that was visible from zoom.earth. You don't normally see things like this on Zoom Earth unless they're very large and extreme. But here's the video that was sent in by Ali from Scotland, who happened to be observing Mount Etna when some of these rings appeared in the sky. 4/10/2024. Ali, who once again is from Scotland, was observing this via a webcam. That's some sort of a trail in the sky above Mount Etna. Not sure if that came from Mount Etna or not. Okay, coming up, you're going to see the first one right here. Here you go. Pretty good size ring. And this one appears to be black, kind of like what we saw on Zoom Earth traveling through the sky. And the next one you're going to see, check this out. Nearly a perfect circle. Looks like a tubular circle in the sky that came out of a volcano. What? The thing's nearly perfect. And it's in the sky, or it was in the sky, on the 10th of April, moving through the sky. So here you can see some random smoke coming from the volcano. Here come these smoke rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 or 6 in this segment right here. One after another. And these appear to be a little darker in color. This one here has got a nice shape to it, nice and round, just kind of casually cruising through the sky. This one's probably been up a little longer as it's spanning out, getting wider and wider. And this is in the direction of the caldera. Now you're going to see even more. Here's 2 more that arrived. This is like a total of 8 or 9 now that he saw in a very short period of time. And here's 2, I think 3 more in this segment right here. 2 down low and then 1 up high. And these appear to be dark, like again what we saw on Zoom Earth. Now it's kind of cleared out. Here's one that's up in the sunlight appearing to glow orange. Nice round circle in the sky. This has been going on for several days, and people familiar with Mount Etna, they say they've never seen anything quite like this, at least with regard to the longevity of this ongoing smoke ring phenomenon that's been occurring now for several days. And you can see he's recording this on his TV screen and actually did a pretty good job. And here's a close-up view of one of the darker rings. Here's the large white one. And I inserted an image of the eclipse from the 8th as this activity started just before the eclipse, during the eclipse, and continues after the eclipse. Strange activity coming from Mount Etna. Over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Ray out of Winchester, Indiana. Photographed an airplane flying in his field of view during the total eclipse from Winchester, Indiana. Super cool photo. Looking at the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. No major flares in the last 24 hours. Did see an M flare about 36 hours ago. Looking at the power outage situation over here at poweroutage.us. Right now in the state of Georgia, nearly 17,000 customers, 18,000 customers in Louisiana, and also 18,000 customers in the state of Michigan. From inclement weather, this large low pressure system that's generating a lot of high winds out here in the northeastern United States. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they did see a few power outages up in the Maine, quite possibly New Hampshire, Vermont area from some of these high winds that are persisting right now as I do this video. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.